Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game is so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
I got a hold of everything and I come from study. And now the whole world gon' know my name. And I used to have nothing, but now I got a whole lot of everything. That's why I come from study. When I'm gone, the whole world gon' know my name. 12 years old, caught up in that street life. I was trying to shout harder than the street lights.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the cage here at Concordia Lutheran High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I am Thad Goff. Oscar Harrison is running camera for me tonight here at Eugene Parker Court, more commonly referred to as the cage, where the Concordia Cadets are taking on the Canterbury Cavaliers. Now, the interesting thing here is there's a couple of interesting things about this matchup, but first of all, Canterbury comes into this game at 5-4. Now, they did start the season at 2-4, but they've won their last three. Canterbury, of course, comes from Class 1A, and in that three-game winning streak, they knocked off the likes of Trinity Greenlawn, Manchester, and Elkhart Christian. Trinity Greenlawn and Elkhart Christian both from Class 1A, but Manchester is from Class 2A. So the Cavs were able to go up a class and knock off Manchester back on January 6th. All three of those games were on the road, and this game here at Concordia will round out a 5-game road trip for the Cavaliers, and they're hoping that they can come away with a win and make it a 4-game winning streak before the Cavs go back home to take on Lakewood Park on Friday night. That'll be their first home game since back on December 11th, and their only home game until January 30th when the Cavs host Hamilton at 7:30 that night. At least that's how it's scheduled at this point. For Concordia, they're trying to get on the right track. They have lost 4 out of their last 5. They are 3-8 so far on the season. Concordia is looking to turn things around. You know, Concordia is a team that has had some really good talent in recent years, and I think we can say that they've got some talent coming up, in some cases through JV and in other cases through young guys getting varsity experience. Lindani Baker's getting some varsity experience, and he was a really talented player in middle school when he was at St. Paul Lutheran School. I believe he gets to start on the JV team, but not going to start tonight. Still working his way into that role. We'll see if he makes it there. Now, I do have the leading scorers from a few weeks ago. These are not entirely updated. Most recent stats I have from Concordia were back in there leading up to their game against Canterbury. Against Norwell, I beg your pardon. That's the most recent game I had stats from. This game's against Canterbury. Going into that game, Rashawn Johnson was the leading scorer, averaging 10.9 per game. Charlie Lang was right behind him, averaging 9 points per game. And Evan Armstead was averaging 8.7 points per game. But one thing I will say about Evan Armstead is he's capable of making things happen on the interior. He's 6'5". So if you get him the ball on the inside, and if he can go to work, he can make good things happen for these Concordia Cadets. So I got to think that the Cadets are going to look to get him the ball early on in this matchup and try to make things happen in the low post. Canterbury does have a couple of tall guys at their disposal. They do have Nicholas Collins at 6'6" and Lucas Swift, who will likely come off the bench if he gets into the game. But they certainly have guys who can match Evan Armstead size-wise. And Lucas Collins is the leading scorer coming into this game for the Canterbury Cavaliers. Collins averaging, did I say Lucas Collins? I'm sorry, Nicholas Collins. Nicholas Collins averaging 12.2 points per game. He also averages 6.6 rebounds per game. Noah Hayes is not scoring in double figures, although the last few years he's been a guy who's been plenty capable of scoring in double figures for the Cavaliers. He is averaging at this point 5 points per game on the season. Rebounding-wise, he's averaging 7.9 points per game. He is the Cavs' leading rebounder, and he stands in at 6'3". So by the looks of things, he's getting a lot of long rebounds. So I think the matchup to watch for tonight potentially could be Evan Armstead at 6'5" versus Nick Collins at 6'6", and maybe even Lucas Swift versus Charlie Bailey, should Bailey get in the ball game. And of course, Swift is a senior. He's 6'5", so you'd think he'd probably come off the bench. Now, Charlie Bailey creates some interesting matchups because he can step out and shoot from the outside. Kind of still working on his game. He's just a freshman and trying to adjust to the varsity level. We're going to come back after this break. Canterbury and Concordia set to do battle as they've got 3 minutes left on the clock. The teams have played their various fight songs. And then before the game, I think they're going to have a little ROTC presentation leading up to the national anthem and the pregame prayer. We're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Getting ready for the start of this game between the Concordia Cadets and the Canterbury Cavaliers. Right now, we're going to go ahead and pay a few bills. It's because of our sponsors that we get to broadcast these high school sporting events that we do on Summit City Sports. That includes Big Eyed Fish. They've been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is on our YouTube channel where you can watch all the games that we broadcast of regular season sports on SummitCitySports.com. Of course, you can also watch our broadcasts of postseason play on the IHSAA Champions Network. Well, we're getting a little early start tonight by the looks of things. Now, granted, it may be right at the 7:30 time mark when we actually get this game underway. We do have to have our pregame prayer. This is, of course, Concordia Lutheran High School, so they will do a prayer before the varsity game gets underway, and then they'll have the national anthem. But it looks like they've also got a little JROTC presentation before the game gets underway. And, of course, once all those pregame festivities are all said and done, they will announce the starting lineups, first for Canterbury, who is the visiting team, and then for Concordia, who is the home team on the court. You've got just a little bit of time. I can let you know what games we got going on here on SummitCitySports.com tonight. We've got Bishop Luers at New Haven. I believe Eli Lawrence is over there calling that game. But we'll talk about that later because it's time for our pregame prayer.
guard. Hold. Present. Arms.
Please pray with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us here this evening for the gift of competition, community, and the opportunity to use the abilities you have given to us. We ask your blessing upon both teams, coaches, officials, and all who have worked to make this game possible. Grant the athletes strength, focus, and sportsmanship. Keep them safe from injury, steady in spirit, and respectful towards one another. May this game be played with integrity, joy, and gratitude for the talent you have entrusted to us. Bless the officials with clarity and fairness, the coaches with wisdom and patience, the spectators encouragement and grace. And all that happens here tonight, Lord, may we honor you with our attitudes, our words, and our actions. It is in your Son's name that we pray. Amen. Please remain standing and face the flag at center court as we honor this great country and those who have served to ensure our freedom by the playing of tonight's national anthem.
And next we will have the announcement of the starting lineups. First, for the visitors from Canterbury.
Starting lineups for tonight's contest. First, for our guests, the Cavaliers of Canterbury School. Starting at guard, a senior, number 2, Sean Luca. Starting at four, a junior, number 10, Noah Hayes. Starting at forward, a sophomore, number 11, Ben Harden. Starting at guard, a senior, number 12, Aaron Padmalina. And starting at center, a junior, number 33, Nicholas Collins. The Cavaliers are coached by Jared Adams. JROTC has a long, proud history in Concordia, and at this time, please welcome to the floor the Concordia mascot. And now this starting lineup for your Concordia Cadets. Starting at guard, a senior from the name of St. Michael, number 2, Brenton Goodman. Starting at another guard, a junior from Woodside, number 3, Eli Drake. Starting at forward, a junior from St. Peter's, number 14, Rashawn Johnson. Starting at forward, a senior from the name of St. Michael, number 30, Charlie Allen. Starting at forward, a junior from the name of St. take over number 32, Evan Armstead. Looking at the first by Phil Brown, number 60, by Brian Hazel. In order to promote sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity of high school athletics, Concordia Lutheran High School actually participates positively.
That is the announcement of the starting lineups here at the Cage inside Concordia Lutheran High School. And I mentioned some of the other games going on tonight are Bishop Luers versus New Haven. Homestead is at Blackhawk Christian tonight. And that game will probably be starting in about 5 minutes. Norwell is at Wayne tonight. Big game for the Generals. Big game for Norwell. They're having a good season, 7-3. Generals need a win to get over 500. Canterbury needs a win to stay over 500. They're currently 5-4 on the season. Concordia needs to string a few wins together if they want to get back to 500. They're 3-8 coming into this game. We're starting a little early tonight because we did have a blowout in the JV game as we get the varsity game underway. I'll tell you later who that blowout went in favor of. That ball's knocked away from behind and out of bounds off Concordia. Rashawn Johnson came from behind trying to force the turnover, and the Cavs keep the possession. Aaron Padmalingam will put it in for Canterbury. Oh, Harden wasn't ready for the pass. The Cavs turn it over on their first possession. Come out in what looks like a 2-3 zone. I thought it was 3-2 at first. As Padmalingam came out to defend, Armstead gets his touch at the free throw line. Charlie Lang was thinking about firing a three. He's shown the ability to knock him down from beyond the arc. That's a catch and shoot for Clayton Goodman, and it rolls around and in. Concordia strikes first on their home court. Concordia just moving the ball against that Canterbury zone. The Cavs won a state title in Class 4A just 2 years ago as Padmalingam works around and they swing it out to Harden. That's an air ball. And a good decision there by Rashawn Johnson as he just lets it go. I think winning that state championship was a big reason in why Derek Adams got to coach the Northeast Indiana team in the Nancy Ream Border Wars Classic that same year. Here's Trent with a good feed. Armstead, reverse won't fall, and the Cavs get the stop as Collins comes away with the board. That 2024 Northeast Indiana basketball team was loaded at the Nancy Ream Border Wars Classic. Figure that when this year's Classic comes around, the girls' team is going to be really loaded. As Collins has it working on Armstead. There's going to be plenty of good boys basketball players in that matchup, too. Good drive and dish. Noah Hayes to the basket. Noah Hayes, the junior, was a big-time player as a sophomore for these Cavs. Little no-look pass. Armstead goes outside to Rashawn Johnson. Late pass. Armstead couldn't handle it. Oh, boy, that was close. And taken away. It's Hayes with the turnover. Collins comes down the floor. Who's it off of? Off of Concordia. And Aaron Padmalingam will inbound for the Cavaliers. 5:52 left to go in this first quarter. Hayes goes outside to Ben Harden. He's guarded by Eli Trent. Collins trying to go to work on Armstead. Could not finish, and Armstead ultimately secures the board. Goodman works it back outside. That's a catch and shoot for Charlie Lang. Book it. 2 early triples for Concordia. Inside to Padmalingam, trying to go to work on Johnson. He got his own rebound. Armstead comes to help. Shot fake. Sean Luga Kingira with the cross paint pass. Collins, the pull-up jumper, that would not bank home, but Hayes keeps it alive, and a foul is called. Rashawn Johnson wants a traveling call. Instead, it's going to be a foul on Evan Armstead. Phil Brockman, the head coach for Concordia, he probably would have taken either a jump ball or a traveling call, but instead it's a foul that puts Noah Hayes at the free throw line. I thought that might have hit the support. It did go in. Probably wouldn't see it if I showed you the replay, but it looked from here like that ball hit the support. As it is, it counts. The second one does not go. Johnson through the paint, through all kinds of traffic, and tap back out. Ben Harden scoops it up, the sophomore. As it tipped away, that's Charlie Lang with the steal. One-on-one. No good, but a foul. Late call, though. It's against Collins. And that'll send Lang to the free throw line. Looks like Derek Adams coaching up Ben Harden there. He is a sophomore. Was a key contributor for these Cavs a year ago as a freshman. As Charlie Lang is able to knock down that first free throw. One more. Two for two goes Charlie Lang. He's up to 5 points as Concordia sets up a little 1-2-2 zone press. Johnson came close to getting a takeaway. Collins pulls it down on the other side. Alden Greider swings it over to Luga Kingira. Luga Kingira looking for some help. Not much there at this point by the looks of things. He will get it to Collins. Collins feeds inside to Luga Kingira. Greider left open. Missed the three. Canterbury continues to win the battles on the glass, but another miss, and this time Johnson pulls it down. And there he goes. Trying to get through traffic. Lang saves it, and that was not how they drew it up. I'm not sure if Lang just forgot who that was that he threw it off of. Either way, he threw it off of Johnson, and it's Canterbury ball. Inside 4 minutes to go here in quarter number one. Luga Kingira across the timeline. He looks for Pad Malingam, goes to him, and we're going to get a foul away from the ball. Looks like Lang pushed down Noah Hayes. Check that, it's Johnson, Rashawn Johnson, second team foul on Concordia. They get it into Hayes. It's Collins with Armstead on him. Pad Malingam through traffic. Collins shuffled the feet. That's a travel. And the Cadets will take over. Goodman across the timeline. Oh, that was close. I'm not sure Johnson had reestablished himself across the timeline. But they do not call the violation. Floater by Eli Trent, and Collins has the board. Pad Malingam going down the baseline. Lang cuts him off. And this is Pad Malingam with the basketball. Concordia in a man-to-man defense. They got some subs waiting to check in. One of those subs is Charlie Bailey, the 6'7 freshman. Luga Kingira high off the glass, and a good strong rebound by Eli Trent. Behind the back dribble. Trent going quick, finding Armstead. Blocked, but a foul. Noah Hayes called for it, but how about the behind the back dribbling by Eli Trent? Not only that, but the strong rebounding. Show it to you after this first free throw by Armstead. He is true on the first one. This is just good all around on the part of Eli Trent. First a good catch as the contact comes, secures the ball. And a nice little behind the back dribble and a good find in the end. It doesn't go for any points, at least not from the floor. But Armstead's got one from the line. make it 2. (10-3) and turned over. Rashawn Johnson turns it right back. Noah Hayes, check that. Jack Landgraf coming down the floor, and he's fouled. I think that's going to go on Clayton Goodman. Check that. It's Ike Eggold. That was a non-shooting foul, but it will still be Canterbury ball. As Pad Mallingham puts it in play, finds Grider. Grider spins around. Pull up 3. Hayes knocks it down. The Cavs have their first 3 of the game, and they're within 4. Right now, Noah Hayes has all 6 of the Cavaliers' points. Canterbury's played a lot of zone defense. Haven't given Concordia a whole lot of easy looks inside the paint. Right now, Concordia's got 2 bigs on the floor, the 6'5" Armstead and the 6'7" Bailey. Derek Adams is lobbying that ball was out of bounds off Concordia. Instead, the officials say it's out on Canterbury. Goodman took a long time to get it in, but he found his man. The 3 won't fall. Ben Harden with the board. Here's Pad Mallingham trying to go baseline. Working on Goodman. Pad Mallingham backing down his man. Could not finish. And there's Bailey, the freshman, snagging the board against the double team. And back the other way comes Johnson. No good. Swatted back and recovered by Goodman. Back outside to Eggold. Concordia has not been able to score in the paint yet, and they still haven't, as Armstead couldn't finish that one. Two threes and 4 free throws for the Cadets. That's where their points have come from so far. We're inside the final minute of the first quarter. Blocked by Armstead. Johnson lost it. Grider threw it off Armstead, but it never went out. Johnson inside to Armstead. 1 dribble. Outside. Eggold spots up. Book it. Ike Eggold rattles it home. That's the son of former Concordia basketball coach Josh Eggold. As we're down to 22 seconds in quarter number 1. Johnson getting stingy. He's got the takeaway. Johnson, 1-on-1. Will the basket count? I think so. We'll see. I thought that was the signal. Maybe not. It's going to be Concordia basketball. I guess the signal was on the floor. It was not an emphatic pointing of the fingers like you might normally get when the official signals count the basket. They do call it on the floor. Tough catch by Bailey. Fakes, makes his move, but he missed. And a foul on Concordia that time. And Charlie Bailey, he knows those are the kind of shots he needs to hit at this level. He's only a freshman, so the good news is there's room for growth. Harden swings it to the corner. That's Pad Mallingham. A wide open. Grider at the buzzer. No. 13-6, Concordia on top of Canterbury as we go to the second quarter on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Concordia leads Canterbury 13-6 after one quarter. It's a 7-point lead here. It's also a 7-point lead for Wayne. I may have to update that. Yeah, it's a 9-point lead for Wayne. They're up on Norwell 9-0. It would be a huge deal if Wayne were able to win that game because it would put them over 500. They've got some winnable games to follow. Nothing's a guarantee in high school basketball, but Wayne certainly is capable of winning their next few games and could very well separate themselves if they're able to win tonight and then win those next three. There's an empty possession there for Concordia. As Pad Mallingham dribbles around, Trent came out to double team. Pull up three, Ben Harden from downtown. Second three of the game for Canterbury. Noah Hayes had all 6 Canterbury points until that three. The Cavs work it down to a 4-point game. That's a good job of Alden Grider fronting Bailey, who's much bigger than he is. Trent's shot won't fall, and Concordia's got nothing to go in the paint. That foul's going to be on the Cadets. Ike Eggold called for the foul. It's his second. 7:01 left to go in quarter number 2. Meanwhile, Homestead has a 15-5 lead over Blackhawk Christian. Bishop Luers in New Haven were just about to start. They were still doing their national anthem when I checked just a minute ago. Pad Mallingham has it. He's guarded by Ethan Sloan. Ethan Sloan, a junior, and Pad Mallingham is fouled. That's 2 quick fouls on Concordia here in the second quarter with 6:38 left until halftime. Hayes gets it and feeds that one over to Grider. Pad Mallingham uses the fake, draws the double team, and I think they're going to get a foul on Armstead. And that one was in the act of shooting, so Pad Mallingham has a chance to make this a one-score game if he hits either of these. First one is good, so now it is a one-score game. Last time this was a one-score game, I believe it was 6-3 in Concordia's favor. Second one does not drop, and the rebound will come down to Armstead. Here comes Sloan down the floor. He's picked up by Ben Harden. Derek Adams trying to make sure his guys are in good position. Here's Bailey outside to Sloan. Pull-up jumper. He got it. Smooth jump shot, Ethan Sloan. That's the first 2-point field goal that Concordia has been able to knock down. They still don't really have a made shot in the paint, but they get a 2-pointer to fall, and then Bailey initially forced the takeaway and then drew the foul. I think that's going to go on Collins. Check that, Pad Mallingham. Collins was in the area, but they get Pad Mallingham for the foul, and that's his second. First team foul against Canterbury this quarter. It's the third year in a row where the team fouls have reset at the end of each quarter. It used to be that you had 1 and 1. Fouls would carry over from the first quarter into the second, and then they'd carry over again from the third into the fourth. That's no longer the case. Lang, the catch and shoot. Hits a three. Nothing but net. Charlie Lang. Back the other way, Luga Kingera threw it off the foot, or rather the knee of Armstead. But Charlie Lang with his second three in this ball game. Concordia as a team has 4 threes in this game. That's where the majority of their points have come from. That and 4 points from the free throw line. Harden not able to answer, but Collins outbattles everybody for the rebound. And he was surrounded by a whole bunch of folks. Makes his move. That won't fall. And that's Bailey with the board and a foul from behind. It is on Collins. That's one thing you can say about Charlie Bailey. He's a good rebounder. He's winning these box outs. That's a positive sign for a freshman. He's coming in off the bench. He's trying to make the most of his opportunities. So far, so good. I mean, yes, he had the miss in the paint. A shot that he probably should be able to knock down. Good recovery there by Trent to avoid the turnover. That's something he can learn from. He can also hit from the outside, but you don't see it there. Armstead keeps it alive. Drew the double team at first. Now Armstead trying to go to work. He was trying to hit Bailey on the opposite block. Canterbury has not made anything easy in the paint for Concordia tonight. Trent missed it down low. Landgraf down the floor. Feeds it out to Luga Kingera. Harden's three rims out. Luga Kingera right there for the board and a foul. That's going to be on Lang. And that'll send Lucas Swift to the free throw line. Now, Lucas Swift is listed as 6'5". And now Concordia is going to dig into their bench. That's Caleb Masasu. Big 6'6" guy coming in off the bench. No good on the second try, and we get a foul. I think we do. Either that or a lane violation. If it's the 15th foul on Concordia, and it's 2 free throws. If it's a lane violation, it's just 1. Well, Swift hits his last one. And a 6-point lead for Concordia. Bailey fakes the pass, goes outside. That's a deep three from Lang, and he drains it. Have a night, Charlie Lang. He's got 11 points to lead all Concordia scorers. Swift off the mark, but there's Luga Kingera for the offensive board for the Cavs. Inside 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Landgraf around the screen from Swift. Hayes on the attack. Has an open man. Swift makes his move, and that's blocked by Masasu, but recovered by Hayes. Wide open, Luga Kingera. Not open anymore as Johnson closes in. Greider. Check that. I think that's Landgraf. It is Landgraf who hits the three. Trent trying to go down the baseline, and he lost it out of bounds. Canterbury will take over, down 6. I believe 8 has been the largest lead, or rather 9 has been the largest lead for Concordia in this game so far. Neither team having a whole lot of success in the paint. Canterbury's been able to keep possessions alive as Luga Kingera's three is off the mark, and Bailey wins the rebound. And there he goes running the floor. Bailey swings it outside. That's Trent. Johnson posting up. Luga Kingera's all over him. Johnson has to come out and get it, but he traveled. .242 to go here in quarter number 2. Concordia with the lead, but Canterbury has defended the post very well. Most of Concordia's points have come from beyond the arc. It's good that they're hitting their threes, but they'd like to create more scoring opportunities and not only create them, but take advantage of them when they get the ball into the post. Swift will hand that one to Harden. He's guarded by Lang. Harden feeds it outside. Landgraf hit a three moments ago and makes it count again. It's a one-score game at the cage. Bailey trying to get free. That's Luga Kingera guarding him, and then Bailey loses it. Johnson picks it up. And he could not get it to Lang. Well, Norwell has worked back into the game at Wayne. It's Wayne leading that one 19-16. But Norwell was down 9-0 as we get a timeout called by Concordia. Concordia was up 9 earlier in this ball game, and now Canterbury making it a close ball game. While they take a timeout, we'll take a look at a couple of replays. These replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Well, lately, Jack Landgraf has had the hot hand. A couple of off-balance shots, but he's hit them both, including that one. That was the first of, we'll call it back-to-back threes, although I don't know if it was consecutive possessions. A lot of Canterbury's possessions have been long tonight, so it seemed like it was back-to-back possessions. Here's a look at the next one. Landgraf doesn't have his feet set, but still hits the shot right over Clayton Goodman. Goodman didn't give him a whole lot of space, and Landgraf still able to knock down both of those threes and pull the Cavs within 3. Well, Norwell's come all the way back to tie Wayne at the end of the first quarter. Good battle by Norwell after falling behind early in that one. Norwell's got a 7-3 record going into that game. There's the handoff to Luga Kingera. He's guarded by Rashawn Johnson. Pat Mallingham will back it out. He looks to drive. Draws 2 big men on the double team. Landgraf feeds outside to Pat Mallingham. His jumper is good. Nothing but net. Aaron Pat Mallingham. And we got a 1-point game. That's Pat Mallingham's first points from the field in this game as Canterbury continues to go with this zone. Trying to force the Concordia bigs away from the blocks. Goodman gets in there and knocked away by Pat Mallingham. He won the battle over Masasu. Pat Mallingham into the paint. Good backdoor cut, but Greider couldn't handle the pass. Concordia will take over with 1:04 to go in the second quarter. The Cadets had a 9-point lead. That lead is down to 1. We've got 56 seconds left to go in the first half. Masasu right at the 3-point line. Lang, dish to the outside. That's Goodman. The runner won't go. Bailey had the board, then got it. Count the basket, and a foul. He made that one count. The foul's going to be called on Luga Kingera. As Charlie Bailey, the freshman who's seen a lot of minutes here in this first half, goes to the stripe. And the free throw goes. He completes the 3-point play. Pat Mallingham on the drive, out of bounds, off of Swift. And Concordia can hold for the final shot of the first half. There's 30.5 seconds left in half number 1. Norwell now has the lead over Wayne, 21-19. That game's in the second quarter. Goodman looking for Lang. He's got Masasu at the free throw line. With his zone defense, Canterbury's made a lot of things difficult for Concordia, especially in the paint. 8 seconds. Spin move, Bailey. Still working around. 3 seconds. Catch and shoot for Goodman. In and out, and that is how the half will end. The Cadets get a look just before the buzzer sounds, but the shot doesn't fall, but they do have the lead. 24-20 at halftime, and I'll go ahead and show you the most recent replay. It is brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Charlie Bailey getting his chance to play varsity minutes. Didn't get his first shot, but he did stick with it, got the board, and got the putback. And I believe that's Concordia's first made basket in the paint in this game. Charlie Bailey had to work for it, but he made it count for first from the field and then from the free throw line, as Concordia has a 24-20 lead at the break. Right now it's time to get a few more words in from our sponsors. Of course, it's because of our sponsors that we get to do all these games that we broadcast on SummitCitySports.com. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. A 24-20 lead for Concordia over Canterbury. Canterbury trying to make it 2 games over 500. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Concordia trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. We're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
24-20 in favor of the Concordia Cadets as they lead the Canterbury Cavaliers at halftime. Going to go and get a few words from our sponsors before we go any further. It is because of our sponsors that we're able to bring you all these high school sports broadcasts on SummitCitySports.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in our area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Well, now it is time to go ahead and read off our scoring leaders for this first half. First, for the Canterbury Cavaliers, we've got 2 guys, and this is unofficial, by the way. I'll go ahead and point that out. We've got 2 guys who have scored 6 points in this game. Those are Jack Landgraf and Noah Hayes. Hayes has a 3 in this game. Landgraf has 2. Canterbury has 4 threes overall. The other 3 belongs to Ben Harden. He's got 3 total points. Aaron Padmalingam also has 3 total points. That's 1 free throw and a make from the field. Lucas Swift has 2 points, both of those coming from the free throw line. For Concordia, Charlie Lang is the leading scorer with 11 points total in the game. He's the only cadet so far to have 2 makes from the field or more. Clayton Goodman and Ike Eggold each have 3 points apiece. Ethan Sloan with 2. Charlie Bailey has 3. Evan Armstead has 2. Those coming from the free throw line. For Armstead, it's kind of been a tough go of it. Canterbury's played a lot of zone defense, and they've only allowed Concordia to make 1 shot in the paint, at least by my count. Ethan Sloan does have 2 points. Those were a pull-up jumper. Other than that, most of Concordia's points have come from beyond the arc and from the free throw line. Canterbury's been able to get a lot of points from beyond the arc. Not a whole lot from them inside the paint either. For Concordia, they're playing a lot of man-to-man defense. They're fighting for offensive rebounds. Canterbury's been able to get some offensive rebounds. The struggle has been turning those offensive rebounds into points, as we're down to 5.5 minutes to go. Do have some scores to update you on from the area. Bishop Luers has a 23-14 lead over New Haven after the first quarter. New Haven just won a huge game against DeKalb back on Saturday. That was huge because DeKalb went into that game with, I believe it was a 7-2 overall record. Fell to 7-3. Canterbury moved up to 9-3. And Bishop Luers from Class 2A from right here in the SAC looking to go in there and come up with the upset over New Haven. Meanwhile, Norwell has a 28-26 lead over Wayne, and as I'm checking on the game, it looks like Uriah Williams initially had a rebound and a stop for Wayne, but couldn't hang on to the ball. Norwell never gave up on it. The ball goes out of bounds off the Generals. Knights get it back. 28-26 the score over there in favor of Norwell. Making a long trip. Well, maybe not so long from Ossian into there, Indiana to South Fort Wayne. That's South Fort Wayne where Wayne is located, so probably a shorter drive from Ossian to South Fort Wayne compared to, say, Norwell coming to here. Of course, Concordia had to go to Norwell to play boys basketball. The Norwell girls came here and beat Concordia earlier this season. Norwell girls are having a great season, and they'll be taking on Belmont this coming Saturday, and I think we'll be able to bring that to you on SummitCitySports.com. I'm told that'll be Steve Orth and Jaron Matheny on the call out there from the Castle in Ossian, Indiana. Here at the Cage in Fort Wayne, Indiana, Concordia with a 24-20 lead. And we will go ahead and get a few more words in from our sponsors while we have a chance to do so. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. And the 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Labor's District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. (24-20), Concordia with the lead over Canterbury, and we will be back in about a minute. You're watching high school basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, here it's Concordia up 24-20 over Canterbury at halftime. A couple other scores to check in on. New Haven was down by 9 to Bishop Luers. Right now the score is showing that it's tied at 25, so a great comeback put together by the Bulldogs. They have yet to take the lead, but they've managed to come back and tie the game. Luers has the ball. And the most recent update we have from Blackhawk Christian is that Homestead is leading Blackhawk Christian 28-16, and that game is at halftime. Gavin Wirt giving us that update. Gavin and I will be together tomorrow night at Snyder as the Panthers take on the East Noble Knights. That'll be boys basketball action. Game that we're looking forward to on SummitCitySports.com. Snyder riding a winning streak. East Noble trying to snap a losing streak. Here in this game, Canterbury's riding a winning streak. Concordia's trying to snap a losing streak. Concordia's lost their last 2. Canterbury's won their last 3. Canterbury does find themselves behind, but they were down by 9 in the first quarter. They've managed to make it as close as a 1-point game, but they currently trail by 4. So we've got about 26 seconds left to go until we get the second half underway. Luers has retaken the lead, meanwhile, over New Haven. 27-25 is the score over there. Checking in on the game between Norwell and Wayne. It's now 31-27 in Norwell's favor. That game is in the second quarter. Wayne started that game out with at least a 9-0 lead. But then Norwell managed to bounce back and make it a close ball game and ultimately take the lead. Now, there's still a lot of basketball to be played over there, much like there is here between Canterbury and Concordia. Pad Mallingham across the timeline. They work it over to Hayes. A wide open Luga Kingera missed it. You have got to finish those, especially when you're trying to make a comeback. Lang with the extra pass to Trent. Trent, the reverse, comes up short, out of bounds, Canterbury ball. Very few shots have gone inside the paint for Concordia. Now Canterbury just had a chance to score inside the paint, and they came up short. But still just a two-possession game as the Cavs get the ball back. Collins, low-scoring night for him. He comes in as Canterbury's leading scorer. But again, not a lot has fallen inside the paint for Canterbury. Collins is double-teamed. Knocked away by Armstead into the hands of Lang. Goodman just got across the timeline. Johnson from the corner, short on the three ball. Collins with the board. Pat Mallingham had it knocked away by Goodman. Luga Kingera recovers. A minute gone by here in the third quarter. Harden's three is good. Ben Harden makes it a one-point game. The extra pass to Trent. Lang drives and kicks to Goodman. Goodman at a three to get this game started. He hits a runner this time. Just inside the paint, so we'll count that as a made shot in the paint for the time being. Goodman's got 5 points in this ball game. That ball gets loose. Johnson the takeaway. And Johnson will slam it home. Concordia was struggling to score in the paint. They've got 4 straight points in the paint here in the third quarter, and another takeaway. That one forced by Trent. Goodman had it knocked away. Can the Cavs get to it? No, it's out of bounds off Canterbury. Closest Canterbury's been able to get this game is within 1 point. They haven't tied it. They haven't taken the lead. Not yet. But there's still a lot of basketball to be played. Johnson out near the timeline gives it to Lang. Armstead trying to go to work, and that one falls. Evan Armstead's been looking for a shot, and he finds it that time. It's his first make from the field. A 6-0 run by Concordia since that Ben Harden three. Collins on the opposite block. Collins still scoreless in this game so far. Check that. They've got him here in the gym as having 2 points already, so I'll go ahead and make that change on my roster. We got a foul on Concordia. Charlie Lang called for the foul. Well, he's got 11 points. He's Concordia's leading scorer at this point. You don't want him to foul out of the game. Now, he's not even close to fouling out of the game, really. Not yet. Still got a ways to go before we might get there. Johnson got his hands in the cookie jar again, and it is a turnover. That ball got tipped, kicked out to Lang. His three won't fall. Knocked away. They're going to say Canterbury ball. That's huge for Canterbury because it gives them a chance to get this back to a 2-score game. Even just a 1-for-2 trip to the free throw line would accomplish that. Inside to Collins. Kicked off the knees of Harden, and here come the Cadets. It's Goodman. Armstead, floater in the paint, won't fall, and the Cavs come away with it. Ben Harden double-teamed. Luga Kingera across the timeline. The lob for Collins off his hands, and ripped back away by Luga Kingera. But again, his shot doesn't fall. Lang rips that one away. Cross-court lob. Johnson couldn't handle it. It was behind him. Ike Eggold will check back in for Concordia. We'll give Noah Trent a breather. Check that, Eli Trent, the younger brother of former cadet Noah Trent. That ball gets loose, scooped up by Greider. Harden for three, short. Harden has a three here in this third quarter. Those are Canterbury's only points since halftime. Extra pass to Johnson. Lang had it knocked away. Alden Greider. Johnson to the deck, recovers, swatted back several times before the Cadets finally come up with the ball. Lang must have sensed that Greider was right behind him. Armstead! That might be the best look he's had all night. Timeout Cavs. We've got a few replays to show you here. First, Rashawn Johnson coming up with a takeaway. You'll see it here. I believe this is the replay where it happens. Yeah, he swats it away, gets out ahead of the pack. Check that. That's not it. That is Johnson forcing a takeaway. But that's not quite the one I had in mind. Must have been earlier on. But here's Evan Armstead going to work. Armstead's been struggling to find his shot most of this night. Concordia's been struggling to score inside the paint. But Evan Armstead has gotten it going the last couple possessions, and that was not an easy shot. Had to work his way around a double team before he got it to go. This one, not easy, but a little more of a high percentage, I would think. As Eggle drives, draws defenders to himself and away from Armstead, and the big man is able to score in the post. I think I did find that Johnson dunk, I beg your pardon, but I'm going to have to show it to you later. As Pat Mallingham just barely recovers that loose ball. He almost turned it over. Collins screens for him. Back over to Hayes. Greider has Collins down low. They get it to him. He's still trying to find his shot, and he found it that time. Collins with 4 points at this point, but could the second half be when the big men start to get it going? Armstead just corrals that ball and has to feed it out to Lang. Phil Brockman calls out the plays. Johnson on the attack, loses it, and it's off him. Canterbury takes over. Cavaliers with a chance to make this a two-score game. And we're at that point again where even a single-made free throw would accomplish that goal. Pat Mallingham kicks to the corner. Harden missed the three, but there's Collins. Collins working on Armstead. Got it back after the block and then put it in. Good work inside by Nick Collins. He's got the last four Cavaliers points. Armstead finds Lang. Down the baseline, back to Armstead, and his jumper will not fall. And now the Cavs can get this to a one-score game. Lob inside for Collins, the fake and the score! Nick Collins, 6 straight points. And Canterbury is within 1 point and they get a takeaway. But they turn it right back over. Here comes Eggle. The lob for Johnson. I'd say too tall, but I thought that looked like he could have gotten to that one. Either way, it's out of bounds with 1:33 left to go in quarter number 3. Checking in on some scores from around the area. Looks as though Norwell and Wayne are at halftime. Norwell, I believe, had a 4-point lead last time I checked in on that one. Feed to Landgraf. Stumbling was Collins, and he turns it over. Armstead gets to the ball. Knocked away, but Bailey recovers. He'll go in and put it home. Charlie Bailey with the deuce. Give him 5 for the game. Pat Mallingham working on Bailey. He puts it in. Not an easy shot, but Pat Mallingham got it to go. And it still is a 4-point lead for Norwell over Wayne as they start the third quarter. Canterbury gets a takeaway. Pat Mallingham blocked by Charlie Bailey. Corner three coming is around and in for Ethan Sloan. That's his first three of the game. He's got 5 points total, and I believe that's Concordia's first three of this half. Harden trying to answer, but that's an air ball. Armstead tapped it to his fellow big man, Bailey. Eggold eventually gains control. Corner three again, Sloan, not this time. Pat Mallingham the board, he'll air it out, and came close to hitting that shot at the buzzer. 37-31 in favor of the Cadets. Canterbury keeping it close, though. Could have a fun finish here at the Cage on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
So I tell the truth all the time, ain't got no sympathy for no. I admit that I'm rich and I'm lit. Jumping up on stages, I get 200 occasions, bro. Ain't really the game on we made. Shut they trap down. They see how I made it, I'm the reason they won't rap now. See me out in traffic, make a hater pull his head down. Biggie's OG salute me, a stylist can't even style me. The robbers probably wanna get me on my pin, I Lamborghinis. The youngest turn in my city, they try me, I get it cracked. Some of this thing would happen if I never started rapping. My people don't stay.
Well, here it's 37-31. Concordia on top of Canterbury. Over at Blackhawk Christian, they're trying to climb out of a big hole. They're down now 19 points, 46-27. Mac Welker hit a three not too long ago in that one. Here's Charlie Bailey looking for help, and he finds help. That's Eggold. Lang had 11 points in the first half. He's been quiet here in the second so far. Concordia's led by as many as 9. Canterbury's been able to fight back and get the game as close as a 1-point game. That's as close as they've gotten it. Can they get it any closer and maybe even take the lead here in quarter number 4? Floater by Sloan. That's too short. Evan Armstead gets the board. Back outside to Eggold. Eggold finds Bailey. He's not afraid to shoot the three, but he'll pull that one down instead. Lang, the dish, corner three, Eggold on the money. That matches Concordia's largest lead of this game, 9 points. Canterbury's been able to fight back when they've been down by 9. Grider slips it through to Collins. He had a good run in the third quarter, 6 points in that quarter. Had a sequence where he scored 6 straight points. Pat Mallingham has Bailey guarding him. Lang comes to help out. Grider for three, that won't fall. It's tapped out to Eggold. Bailey, can he finish? No. Can Collins finish? Well, he'll stop as Sloan comes out to guard him. They get it back to him. Collins, the spin, swatted away by Eggold, and Eggold has got it. Ike Eggold was in an awkward angle and still was able to force that turnover. I think that's Eli Trent, who's at the scorer's table for Concordia. Not this time. That was Eggold as Collins gets the board. 9-point lead for Concordia. 5:38 to go in quarter number 4. Landgraf short on the three. And that's going to be a foul on Collins. Sloan was going after the ball. So was Collins. And as it were, Collins just bumped into him. New Haven had come back to tie the game against Lures last time I checked on that one. Checking on that here soon. Outside, Sloan for three, and that one will not bank home. Armstead able to grab the board, cannot finish. Ripped down by Noah Hayes. That's going to be traveling. They say Hayes took too many steps. Wayne has tied the game against Norwell, 39 all over there at Wayne High School, but the Knights have the basketball. Armstead looks to attack. Off the glass with his left. Evan Armstrong with a strong showing. Armstead, rather, with a strong showing here in the fourth quarter. Got 8 points for the game. 4 of those coming in the third, and then 2 more here in the fourth. Offensive board there by Lucas Swift. Oh, nice move, but the shot won't fall for Hayes. And then a foul for Eli Trent as he comes in trying to block the shot. Noah Hayes at the free throw line. And is able to hit the first one. We've still got 4:24 left to go in this ball game. That's an air ball. That's Concordia ball. The Lures in New Haven are at halftime now. That game is tied at 33 all. Here comes Ethan Sloan down the floor. The floater is good. Ethan Sloan, a drop in the bucket. Give him 7 points for the night. Pad Mallingham is fouled on the drive. 4:07 left to play in this one. So Pad Mallingham will shoot 2. That last foul was on Charlie Lang, and that is his 4th, so now he's in foul trouble. He would foul out if he were to commit another one. As Pad Mallingham could not hit the first one. Got the second one. That's one thing. Canterbury's left some free throws out there, but Pad Mallingham comes up with a loose ball. Sustains the block. The 3 will not fall. And Johnson with a good hustle play. Knocked out of bounds to the scorer's table. Well, if you're working that scorer's table, you got to keep your wits about you. Concordia keeps the basketball. Inbound goes to Eli Trent. Trent comes across the timeline. Bailey looking for a lane. He's got one, and he finishes. That one just barely crawls home. Charlie Bailey, 7 points off the bench. You see him improving his game bit by bit. That floater won't fall. Easy rebound for Armstead. Rashawn Johnson comes down the floor. They kick outside. It's Sloan. The floater. That's short. Tipped out to Bailey. Bailey off balance. That's short. Bailey hustles after it. This kid's a freshman. He's making plays. His point total's not very high right now, but he's making plays nonetheless. And back to Bailey. I thought he dribbled it before he picked it up. Could have called that a double dribble. It was not called that way. Eli Trent, the floater just outside the paint. Armstead missed the putback. Back come the Cavs. Extra pass. Landgraf missed the three. Canterbury started the second half with a three ball. It was Ben Harden who knocked it down. But made threes have been a rare thing this second half for Canterbury. Oh, good feed. Johnson. Armstead found him wide open. Oh, nice move by Hayes, but he couldn't finish. Rashawn Johnson only 4 points so far, but he's been very active on the defensive end. How about that putback by Eli Trent? He had it swatted, but he stuck with it all the way. And Eli Trent is on the board. Grider's shot rattles home. Trent, the kick, that's Bailey. Bailey double teamed. Finds Armstead. Johnson will fire. His three is short. As Ben Harden wins the box out that time against Bailey. Out of bounds. Oh, Johnson. You could hear him from up here saying, that way. Trying to lobby that it was Concordia ball. The official doesn't buy it. We've got 1:23 left to go in this game. And with the score being like it is, I'll just say how the JV game ended. That game ended with Concordia winning in a running clock situation. This game is not in a running clock, but with 1:23 left, a 15-point lead is comfortable enough that Phil Brockman is comfortable bringing in Lindani Baker off the bench. Lindani's a guy that showed a lot of promise in his time at St. Paul Lutheran School, as that board is chased down by Grant Allman. Baker's a sophomore. I believe he would have played the whole JV game. Right now still developing his game by the looks of things at the high school level. He'll feed that one off to Trent. 48 seconds, and this is basically a patient possession here for Concordia. Bailey loses it. Down the floor to Luga Kingera, and he finishes in transition, and he went crashing towards the stage. Derek Adams wants a timeout. But that replay is worth showing to you, or at least it would be if I had time. That's Grant Allman who's going to come and inbound the basketball for Concordia. 36.1 to go here in the fourth quarter. For Concordia, they of course do need to beat the 10-second clock, but once they do, if they do, they need to do much more than just dribble the ball around and make Canterbury think about fouling. Masasu on the inside. That won't fall, and the Cavs come away with it. That was Jackson Garrett with the board. Parker Baldwin, the sophomore, down the floor. That ball's out of bounds off Concordia with 13.2 left to play, as that was almost flung onto the stage. This is one of 3 high schools here in Fort Wayne that actually has a stage inside the basketball gym. The other 2 are Bishop Dwenger and Bishop Lures. Catch and shoot from the corner. It's Baldwin, and that hits the support. So that's going to be Concordia basketball. There's only 10 seconds left. So all Concordia needs to do is get this ball across the timeline. And really, they don't even need to do that. Bates will get it across the timeline just for good measure. And the Cadets are your winner here at the Cage. (50-37), Concordia knocks off Canterbury and snaps the Cavs' 3-game winning streak. The Cadets stop their 2-game losing streak. They'll go to 4-8. And they'll be right back here on Friday night taking on the Southside Archers. Canterbury goes home on Friday night to take on Lakewood Park. We're back after this break as I'll give you the Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, what the cheerleaders just said was Go Concordia beat Southside. That is who Concordia will play on Friday night, and we'll bring it to you right here on SummitCitySports.com. Right now it's time to recognize our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. And tonight I'm going to recognize Rashawn Johnson and Charlie Bailey. Rashawn Johnson only scored 4 points in this game, but he was hustling after loose balls, keeping plays alive, and setting up his teammates. Charlie Bailey finishes with 7 points, but good rebounding from Bailey. Had a block shot in this game. Great play all around in the post. He's certainly still learning how the varsity level works, but it seems like there's a lot of promise there. So Rashawn Johnson and Charlie Bailey are your PSM players of the game. And that will do it from here inside the cage. You've been watching high school boys basketball on SummitCitySports.com. For my cameraman, Oscar Harrison, this is Thad Goff saying so long from the cage. Once again, Concordia beats Canterbury 50-37 on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.